Good evening. I'd like to call Thursday, October 12th Board meeting to order. Lucy, will you call the roll, please?
Supervisor Pombley?
Here.
I'm here. Trustee Township Manager? He's here. Trustee Bowman?
Here.
Sams?
Here.
Buford DK?
Here.
Wilhite?
Okay. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start out with the Freedom of Information request. They're in here wrong, but. Okay, well, to date, we received over 17, 15 since the last board meeting. Never mind. We've spent over 100 hours in filling out these FOIAs. And that's all I'm going to say. We'll move on to the board meeting. Can I get approval of the board meeting minutes from September 14th, 2023?
What about public
Okay,
comment?
I'm sorry. Wait, we have to do public comment, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we'll move on to public comment. We have 3 minutes, please. Step forward with your name.
Sorry, I didn't even notice that. Sure, so my name is Kelly Zegler, and I guess this should be pretty short. I just want to respectfully request further clarification and transparency be shared with the citizens of Ela Township regarding the assessor position and what's transpired over the last 6 months. Specifically, to get a better understanding of why Alan Zielinski was appointed in July, when by all accounts he was a really poor candidate and a hire that shouldn't have occurred given the guidelines put forth from the township officials of Illinois organization and given the poor performance he had in his prior assessor role in another township. As a reminder, the trustees and the supervisor all had been duly warned with documentation provided and heard public concern and sentiment in advance. At a minimum, the board could have delayed a higher decision to consider and investigate the concerns and past job performance, but rather the decision was made to appoint instead, and at a cost to the taxpayer. While I didn't go through and try and get a FOIA request on what all of the numbers were, a rough estimate based on the salary was probably about $15,000 to $20,000 fully loaded of 2 months for an employee who was terminated at arguably what could be the worst time that the township could be without having a qualified strong assessor enroll. In addition to the specific FTE costs, there's the opportunity costs that have been associated with fulfilling the FOIA requests as citizens really seek to understand what transpired and the repeat efforts underway to again try and get a new assessor in place. I'd also respectfully ask for some transparency and openness as to whether the qualified resident candidate who previously applied and interviewed is being considered.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Hello, my name is Pam Hoffman, and Gloria, I'd like to address you. You have stated to many people throughout this township that Bonnie Barrington is not qualified for the Ela Township Assessor. However, I find that very funny when the Lake County Board, the Chief County Assessment Official, and the Lake County Board of Review have hired her to review the work of 18 township assessors. Because of that, I believe you are not qualified to appoint a Ela Township assessor. And I believe it should be left up to a special meeting of the electors to bring the next assessor on board.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, hearing. Oh, yeah, one.
I've been asked to read this comment. This letter was written by Jessica Parman in our assessor's office. I wanted to share my gratitude for the Highway Department collaboration on maintaining the assessor vehicles. Superintendent Mike DePau, Agnes, and Brett helped coordinate use of their vehicle bays and tools, minimizing our office vehicles expenditures. We value their continuous support you all provide. Also, I wanted to thank Health and Wellness Team as well as Kathy and from the supervisor's office. While performing a site visit at a local residence during our last heat wave, I came across a senior living in poor conditions. The senior was not operating her AC in 80-degree weather in an effort to save expenses. The resident was suffering from lack of maintenance. The residence was suffering from lack of maintenance. After reaching out to Sarah and Kathy, we were able to connect the resident with LIHEAP and a trusted handyman to assist with her household repairs. The collaboration between departments has made a large impact on this local resident's day-to-day life, and I'm grateful to have knowledge and community-minded colleagues. Jessica Parker.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you, guys. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the board meeting minutes of September 14th, 2023?
Motion.
Can we have a second? Okay, well, first we need a second. Okay. Changes?
There's typos, the clerk's office minutes of misspelled, words capitalized, begins with middle, what was that?
You want to
Yeah.
circle those and,
I did, and then, number 10, possible action on ordinance establishing the training committee. We decided that that wasn't needed at the last meeting because it was, we decided not to, so that should just be deleted, and then,
wasn't it tabled? Did I put table on it?
that was the previous one. This time, it was discontinued. We decided it wasn't needed. at all.
Correct. We don't need we don't need an ordinance for
Right,
that.
right. And that, it's not what it says it passed.
It passed to, well, the ordinance actually says that it's being abolished, I believe,
It's
a
a repeal.
repeal ordinance. So I think that's right, but I'll make sure that repeal doesn't need to be in that ordinance. Anything else? Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Lucy, we call the roll,
Okay.
please.
Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Wilhite?
Yes.
Trustee U4DK?
Abstain.
Right, because you weren't there. Okay, got it. Trustee Sams?
Yes.
Supervisor Pavlik?
Yes, so that's approved with changes. Okay. Can we have a motion to approve the committee meeting minutes from the Committee of the Whole from September 20th? The Highway Committee from October 4th, Park Committee from September 12th, and Cemetery from July 13th.
So,
Can we have a second? All right, I'll second. Any questions?
I have a procedural question. On these minutes,
Yep. These are to accept, so you don't have to attend every single meeting to accept them.
okay, so in theory, we read them,
Yes.
and that goes into our process of approving.
Yeah, I should have said accept. If I said approve, I'm sorry, but it should have been accept.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay. So Lucy, we call the roll.
Okay. Trustee Wilhite?
yes.
Supervisor Pavlik?
Yes?
Trustee Bowman?
Abstain.
Trustee Sams?
Yes,
Trustee U4DK?
Yes.
Okay, next is the approval of the board audit from September 12th, 2023 to October 9th of 2023. We have the audit report, which I'll read in a second, but I passed out two new sheets. First one has voided checks on there. The reason that's on there is because we included a check that should have been written to, give me a second, I gotta get to my paperwork.
A vendor.
A different vendor. It was written to Gaywalt, and it should have gone to, I'm missing my second page. Thank you, Evans and Sons. And that was for the rest of the pickleball court for $63,979. So I gave you a page where the checks were voided, because they were all combined in one to Gaywalt. And now we have two separate checks, one for Gaywalt and one for Evans and Sons. All the totals are still the same. Okay? So, total general town fund, $108,696.18. General assistance fund, $1,999.53. Total general road fund, $101,665.28. Total permanent road fund, $67,296.18. Total park maintenance fund, $148,113.86. Total cemetery fund, $4,189.01, for a total of all funds at $503,960.04. Can we have a motion to accept the board audit?
Motion.
Second,
Any questions?
yes.
Okay,
Page 1 of 9.
okay.
Line 1-1-546,
546, yes, which one?
late fee for $26,600.
I'll take that one. So, this was a mistake that I made, processing the payroll tax liabilities for the May 31st payroll. Went through the process, just didn't hit the final submit button. It's a long convoluted story, but basically we owe, there's a fee to the IRS for the 2,600. We are contesting it and hoping to get some, if not all that money back.
Next,
Yep, our next section is page 2 of 9.
okay.
Department 5, it's really just a question for Susan. 1-5-520, major appliance, $1,600.
That was to repair the dishwasher, in case you didn't have your book up. Sorry. That's it? Okay, anybody else have questions? Everybody understand the changes we had to make? Okay, so Lucy, we call the roll, please.
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
trustee Wilhite, trustee Uperdike,
Yes.
trustee Sams,
Yes.
supervisor Pombrad.
Yes. Monthly updates from elected officials and department heads. Trustee Sams, any update, any report?
No update, no meeting, so, other than reading Sarah's comments, but other than that, nothing to report.
Okay, trustee Fadike, any report?
Just that I had the opportunity to attend the YMCA Lake Zurich Chamber of Commerce job hiring within the township. It was really good. Got a chance to see other businesses and talk about our great township. Also, just want to extend my heart and prayers with everything that's going on in Israel. And that's it. We haven't had any meetings, so that's it.
That was the job fair at YMCA?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Trustee Bowman?
We had a highway committee meeting, basic discussions on outstanding purchase orders. We received the stump grinder for the Bobcat. It's in place. The forklifts are still waiting to be received. The lift is in place and working order. Everything is in great shape. Ongoing review of outstanding staff and equipment is constantly being reviewed by the highway department, so everything's in great shape. Great job by the highway department.
Done? Okay. Trustee Wilhite?
We have not, the community center, we haven't had a meeting yet. Our next meeting, if anybody's interested, is on November 3rd. It's a Friday at 8:30 a.m. at the community center to discuss their programs and things about the work you're doing there.
Okay.
That's why I didn't get a copy. Pretty short, okay.
Clerk Proudy, any report?
Yeah, still want reports from people that don't have reports in the board packet.
Okay.
Oh, primary election is March 19th, 2024, and the general election is November 5th, I think.
Okay. That's a year away. November 5th of '24, not November
Of
5th of this year.
24.
Yeah, okay, just so we're
Yeah,
clear
all
on that.
24, and we'll have early voting going on here, so.
Okay. Susan Dillon?
So, quick report, on the youth end, the playground is being well used every Monday through Friday, so thanks again for all the efforts and for the board, supporting, having that playground put in. And then the senior end, 2 weeks ago, we held a satellite vaccine clinic at Zurich Meadows. It's independent living, however, I would say at least 40 to 50% of their residents do not get outside of the building, so we felt it important to bring the vaccines to them. And Lisa and Jim helped facilitate that, and they were there for 3.5 hours and vaccinated 52 people, so.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we've met our quota already, so we're just doing it for the reason why we initially did it anyway, was to make sure that as many people get vaccines as possible. The next clinic at the center is a week from tomorrow. We have a couple time slots left from 11 to 12, but other than that, they're all full.
Great. Any questions?
Any questions for me?
Okay, thank you. Sarah?
I'm also going to keep this nice and short. Couple things I want to really emphasize, we're still doing really good with the lending closet. You know, we're getting a lot of things. We're also giving out a lot of things. We're still doing really well on the referrals. Our EA thing has picked up a little bit, so I'm really excited about that. But what I really want to talk about, we're going to do a couple events. One of them is going to be Shop with a Cop with the Lake Zurich Police Department. That's going to be the last week of November. So if anybody knows any kids from age 8 to 13 who would be interested in doing that, please have them contact me or call the office and we can get them signed up for it. There is like a little permission slip. We are also doing Thanksgiving meals. I put one back there, so if anybody wants to look at it. But we are teaming up with Jewel and hopefully Blue Heron Cafe. They have done it the last 2 years, so we're gonna hope that they do it again. Jewel is gonna provide whole meals that you just heat and serve. And then for some of the individuals who don't need a huge turkey, we are hopefully gonna work with Blue Heron and get individual ones, and those will all be delivered. So if anybody knows of a family or an individual who needs meals, they can sign up for this. At the same time, they can also sign up for our Christmas dinner, which is gonna be the same thing, but maybe just different restaurants doing it. We're also doing a giving tree. And that is gonna be for anyone under the age of 18 and anybody over the age of 65. So if you know of anybody who maybe needs a little bit extra cheer or a family who's struggling, please have them contact us. We actually already have, so I just posted this out and I already have 94 kids.
Oh my.
So I have found one organization that will take 50 of them. So I'm gonna be putting out another one that's gonna ask for donors and participants to participate in this.
Sarah, I think maybe you might have forgotten, but I mentioned the Kitty Academy of Hawthorne Woods would love to donate and help with the kids.
That'll be great, because I still have 42 that are
Perfect.
unassigned.
Yep, thank you.
So I will definitely be reaching out to you. So that's something that we actually just kind of started this week, and it already has blown up.
It's great,
So
thank you.
It was a lot quicker than I thought, and our enrollment is actually until November 3rd. So there's a chance we could get more. There's a chance we could get more. So those are kind of the main things that I really wanted to spotlight.
And those kids, just they're all within our township?
They're all within our
Okay,
township, but it's
perfect.
also gonna include senior citizens. Yeah,
That's awesome. Thank you.
yeah, we're having some of those. Does anybody have any questions? If anybody does, this is gonna be on the website. I mean, I'm trying to put them all around the place too. So.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Mike?
Good evening.
Good evening.
The Highway Department attended 2 training sessions this last month. The first training session was a hands-on rigging training held by Norm Hall from the National Arborists Association. The main topic was rigging principles and fundamentals, demonstrating how using arborist hardware and software to make the tree dismantling process much safer and more efficient. It was an excellent class. It lasted 5 hours, and the guys really enjoyed it. They learned a lot. The second training was our annual de-icing workshop hosted by Lake County DOT and Smart Salt. Each year, several Lake County departments team up to offer de-icing workshops to public agencies to show how to wisely use road salt that will help reduce environmental impacts and help them save money. That is all I have. Any questions? Thank you.
Ted, no report?
Not on the semi-written report, so I'm sure there's questions for me.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to committee assignments. We do not need an ordinance, but I am going to be continuing with the assigned members of each committee that I had mentioned before. So the community center will stick with Chair Trustee Wilhoit and Trustee Sams as co-chair. Health and Wellness will have Chair Trustee Sams and co-chair Trustee Ufadike. Parks and Rec will be Chair Trustee Ufadike with co-chair Trustee Bowman, and the Highway Committee Chair Trustee Bowman and co-chair Trustee Wilhoit. Just for the record. Okay? Next, proclamation recognizing October as Domestic Violence Prevention Month. The proclamation is in our book, and it listed all of our names. This will go on our website and Facebook, okay? Next will be the proclamation recognizing October 23rd through the 27th as Red Ribbon Week. And again, this is a standard proclamation that we observe every month here in Ela Township, and thanks to Sarah and her department, she'll be putting up red ribbons around the township. Okay, if you need any help, let us know, please. Okay, next is the 23-24 winter newsletter. The copy is in your board packet. I've written up a report for the cemetery that'll be inserted on this. So other than some minor grammar or punctuation, can I have a motion to accept this newsletter as presented?
Second.
Okay, any questions or anybody? Okay, Lucy, we call the roll, please.
Trustee Wilhite?
Yes.
Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Supervisor Pomblad?
Yes?
Trustee Sams?
Yes.
Trustee Ufordike?
Yes.
Okay, and also in your board packet for your information is the annual treasurer's report that was filed with the county. As you can tell, it was received already in the upper right-hand corner. So, after that, can I have a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel?
Motion.
Second.
No, Lori got it.
Okay, we call the roll, please?
Mhm. Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Wilhite?
Yes.
Trustee Ufordike?
Yes.
Trustee Sams?
Yes.
Supervisor Pomblad?
Yes, it's 7:24. Okay. We'll adjourn to the meeting. Yeah, sure. I don't have a bag. Oh, in my office. But I would take it. can we have a motion to come into open session at 8:11?
Make a motion.
Who made it?
Me.
Who's second? Lori?
Yes.
Okay, can I start now? Make it?
No, roll call.
Okay.
U4DK,
Yes.
Will Hyde. Yes. Supervisor Crombley,
Yes?
Trustee Sams,
Yes.
Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Again, and can everybody hear me? I want to make sure everybody can hear me.
Oh, we can hear you.
Great.
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm heard, but most importantly, I think we've been going around, unfortunately, in circles about something that I think should be just straightforward. So I'm making a motion that we appoint our resident, Bonnie Barrington, to be the tax assessor of this township.
I can't, I didn't.
I second. Will Hyde.
It's not on for some reason. Okay, any discussion? Okay, Lucy, we call the roll.
Okay. Trustee U4DK,
Yes.
Trustee Will Hyde,
Yes.
Supervisor Crombley,
No.
Trustee Sams,
No.
Trustee Bowman.
No.
Motion fails.
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Lucy, we call the roll, please?
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Sams,
Yes.
Supervisor Crombley,
Yes?
Trustee U4DK,
For DK, yes. Thank
Trustee
you.
Will Hyde.
Okay, time is 8:13. Okay, meeting adjourned.